Okay, welcome everybody to our first Tower Garden event for our team and for all of our individuals who want to learn about Tower Garden, folks in the business with Juice Plus and Tower Garden. We are excited to bring you this wonderful, wonderful product and easy way to grow. We've got some folks that firsthand knowledge of how to grow the Tower Garden. So I want to share my screen first with you so you know what is a Tower Garden. Okay, and we are live on Facebook, so here we go.
Tower Garden's state-of-the-art aeroponic vertical garden system uses both water and air to produce more colorful, better tasting, and incredibly nutritious fruits, vegetables, and herbs. Tower Garden has a 20-gallon reservoir at its base that stores the Tower Tonic nutrient solution. Developed by experts in plant and human nutrition, Tower Tonic Mineral Blend enables superior plant growth and better nutrition from your Tower Garden produce. The process begins once the seedlings have been placed in your Tower Garden. Here they will be nourished with Tower Tonic nutrient solution. Inside the reservoir is a small, low-wattage submersible pump. The pump pushes the nutrient solution up through the tower to the top. From there, the nutrient solution drips through the central tower using a special device that evenly cascades the solution over the exposed plant roots. On the journey down the tower, the nutrient solution feeds the roots and becomes highly oxygenated as it cascades gently down the reservoir. This process is continuous, providing fresh oxygen, water, and nutrients to the roots of the plants. This patented aeroponic process enables food crops to grow faster than they would in soil, so they can be harvested more often. And it makes Tower Garden a healthier, easier, smarter way to grow your produce.
Okay, so that is our Tower Garden. I hope that kind of answers a little bit for you guys. What is a Tower Garden? Because most of us are used to traditional gardening. I know I was. I did traditional gardening for years. And it's a backbreaker. You got to have a green thumb. But with Tower Garden, you don't. So I'm going to mute myself out, and I am going to allow Christine Williams to unmute herself. And she's going to share a little bit about her experience with the Tower Garden.
Oh, thank you, Chandria. Well, my experience with the Tower Garden is I absolutely love it. Being, as Elaine would say, of that age group that I am, I used to try to get out here in this Georgia clay and dig a garden every year. Well, I did that the first year. The second year I did it and it threw my back out. And I said, okay, I'm through with that. No, that. And then I was introduced to the Tower Garden, and I started growing all of my herbs, and I had the best zucchini, and I was taking things literally boxes to friends and giving them the vegetables because it was just too much for me to use. And I was not about to let it go to waste. So I would share with older ones that did not have the money to buy this fresh produce, and I tell them it grew on my Tower Garden, so there's no pesticides, no anything bad that could hurt them with it. They absolutely loved it. And I enjoyed doing that too, to be able to share the produce because it was producing so much. I had such an abundance that I could freely give it to others and be able to allow them to eat from it too. So, you know, because I'm a single person. But if you had a family, it still produces more than enough than your family could be able to use. Because my girl, my other daughter was coming and getting whatever she needed off of the Tower Garden. And like I said, I was doing boxes to take and share with different older ones because I didn't want my produce to go to waste. So, and it was easy. I mean, it was really easy for me. You set it up, and they have videos and tutorials and everything for you to set it up, teach you how to set it up. And then you put the minerals and the growth, the minerals in it and so forth. And I have a rainwater catcher, a big, so many gallons of that I started using. And I use the rainwater as the source for my water for that because a lot of times our municipal water has too much chlorine and all those kinds of things in it. So once again, that was free water. because it's coming down through my gutters anyway and just gonna go flying out, you know, wasting. So I catch that water, put it in my tower garden, and the plants just loved it. They were just growing, 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 growing. So this year, I plan to put me in some collard greens because I keep seeing everybody collard greens and they look so good. I plan to put in some mustard greens. I also plan to try my hand at watermelon and cantaloupe this year. I'm going to try all of that because I've seen that on other people's posts on Facebook, because we have a particular page for the Tower Garden, and their produce looks so good. So that's the beauty of the Tower Garden. When you take out the different pods, you can put something totally different in, you know, or you can just continue to let that grow and grow and grow and grow and grow, you know, because you're taking off the leaves of your lettuce. You don't take the whole thing out. You're picking, you know, around the edges of it and getting that, and then that middle is continuing to grow and grow and grow. So you think about that. When I go to the store, there's I get the organic spring mix. That thing is like $5. $5 for that. And you're talking about one little pod that keeps growing, 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 and it's in your backyard. You don't have to spend any gas, you know, any of this to go and get your food, and you know the source. You know how it's been handled. You know you haven't sprayed any pesticides on it. You know your bees have been pollinated in your backyard, you know.
Let me ask you this question.
Oh,
so
okay.
what do you plan to grow this year when you put your tower garden back together?
I said the watermelon, cantaloupe. I want to do collard greens. I also want to do some green beans because I have the cage, so I can do that, and definitely tomatoes. Definitely get me some tomatoes this year too.
So do you think you saved on produce by switching to the tower garden versus your little area that you were trying to garden in before?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because I have with the tower garden, there's a variety I can put on there without worrying about throwing my back out in this Georgia clay. So it makes a big difference. And you save, as I was saying, by not going to the supermarket, and the money you're spending for those organic, you know, produce there is such a big difference. It's very cost effective.
Well, thank you so much. And next time we do our next one, she'll have hers together and
yes.
be ready to share her beautiful flex unit. Thank you very much for sharing. So we are going to go over to Charlene Woodruff. She has the home unit. So we'll let her go ahead and unmute herself, and I will spotlight Charlene. Take it away.
Okay, hi everybody. I'm showing my face now, but after this you will see the tower garden. I absolutely love it. So I'm going to go ahead and show you my tower garden that I am so absolutely excited about. This is the home tower garden. It just came out this year and it's flying off the shelves because it's so popular. Everything that you see came with this. I love it because I just got it and I'm starting to plant it now. So I'm going to show you, I will be able to show you some of the seedlings, but it comes with 4 grow lights inside so you can grow all year. The little black openings that you see, I get up just a little bit closer, but that's where we will actually put the plants. I have a few in there already. I'm going to go down to show you the wheels so you can move it around. Going to also show you the electrical connection. That's it. It's a 13-gallon tank, and in this, putting it together was a breeze. I had my son and my grandson come over. We had YouTube, we had other instructions, but believe it or not, my 11-year-old grandson did not have to look at anything. He put it together without us. We were shocked. So it is that easy to put together. The tank that you see at the bottom is where you put your water, and there's also a timer at the top that will help you to be able to time when the lights come on. You don't have to think anything. This is a no-brainer. So let me just take you over here. This is my little area where I have my tower garden things. Everything that you see here came with the tower garden. There are the bottles of minerals. There are the little black pots. You have your timer, and you have the rock wool. and the granules to do your seedlings. So let me just show you the seedlings, and then we'll come back to this picture. This comes with it. Of course, the roses are mine from my yard. I planted those. But you see the starter seed? This is enough seed to last you for a year or two. Now, this is what I did. I'll do a close-up so that you can see. These seed are ready. These seedlings are ready to be put in the garden. I planted these myself. I have also ordered more that will come today because I have 32 openings. And I'm going to show you when we know that they're ready to plant. Let's see if I can pull it out without damaging it. Okay, you see the little roots there? Okay, they're the roots. And these are ready, so these are going in the Tower Garden today. Let me show you another thing that I'm really excited about. They have organic, non-GMO seedlings that you can buy no matter what state you're in. Tower Garden has plenty of growers who grow them for us. But I also found that you can buy a plant at Home Depot, at Ace Hardware, any of those, and it will have the dirt on it. This was a live basil plant. The only thing that you have to do when you buy a regular plant is you wash the dirt off. And I'm going to show you the one that I actually washed the dirt off and it's ready to plant. You see there's no dirt on there because you don't want any soil in the Tower Garden. The rock wool that it will grow in, you just simply cut it in half, put it together, wet it, and I will tape it. And there you go. And let me just show you, all I have to do is go over here, ta-da, and I make sure that it's wet. But within a week, I will have basil that is ready to eat. This particular Tower Garden and all of our Tower Gardens are ones that you can eat from and it will continue to produce. The reason that I am so excited is because I am a certified plant-based coach and raw food coach. So I use a lot of greens, a lot of vegetables, and I do not have to go to the store to buy them. I can cut them off fresh here, which means we have more of the enzymes and the food, the phytonutrients, because it's still living. Living food is what our body needs to thrive. And I don't have to depend on what they have at the store. So this is my Tower Garden and it's going to be growing soon. I have my little area. It only takes up what a card table would take up. That's all of the space that it has to have. So I have my little setup. It's on my dining room table now, but I'm going to put it back on the little table, but I'm ready to start growing with my Tower Garden and I am so excited.
Oh my goodness, that was excellent. I love how you show. Could you give us a close-up, Charlene, of one of your little openings there?
I sure can. Let me just give you a close-up here. This is, let me find a good close-up. This is chives that I've planted, and this is cilantro. These are new, but the little opening is just like this. It's just a little one there. And you see how I just popped that basil in there and the water circulates, the timer. Let me just show you quickly the timer. The timer is set and you don't have to do a thing. It goes on and off and the lights go on and off on their own. Now, one thing that I did find, some people have asked, oh, can I put this one outside? The answer is yes. It has a port where you can take the lights off at the top because of course you don't need the lights if you're outside. So you put a little closure on top of that they send you and you can use it outside. However, it is made primarily for inside because it's lightweight and they said if there's a strong wind, it might topple over. So what I plan to do is I'm going to also get one for the outside so that I can grow the vine vegetables outside. But with this one, I'm planning to plant my dinosaur kale, my curly kale, Swiss chard, spinach, strawberries, and all of my herbs. So I am really excited because it even tastes different when you taste it from the Tower Garden. But take it away, Sean.
Oh my goodness, that was awesome. Thank you so much, Charlene. So we get to see how you will put together one. So she spoke about the home unit. I'm going to share my screen. I did a little video because I wanted people to see what it would be like to actually put one together and how easy it is. Guys, that's how easy it is to put together a tower garden. I mean, anybody can do it. You've heard from two people who have done it already. And why is a tower garden so different? It's soilless. It yields up to average of 30%. It gives a yield by an average of 30% more. You increase more of what you grow, basically. I had a neighbor, he saw my tower garden. He was gonna buy one. He decided to do his greenhouse instead. And he called me the other day and said, oh, you know, I did my greenhouse. I should have produce by July. I said, oh, well, I started in January and I'm still eating off mine. And I've got more seeds going and they'll be ready in 3 weeks to eat off of. Not ready to plant in my tower garden, but to eat off. So your plants grow up to 3 times faster with the tower garden. It's amazing. And you use as little as 2% of water. I used to have a tennis court sized garden at my old house. We had about 2 acres and I literally had a drip system, a sprinkler system, because some things can't take water on the leaves. Some things need to have water at the roots. And it was a lot of work. I enjoy gardening. It was a lot of work. Tower garden makes it simple and easy. It takes about an average of 20 to 25 minutes to set up, depends on you. As Charlene showed us, you grow things soilless in a little rock wool thing. You can either use a seed or clean off a good, clean, organic plant. You have resources on Facebook. Tower garden groups are galore. There are 2 that I really love, and I'm sure you guys too. The reservoir at the bottom, it stores all your nutrient solution and your water. And then the water cascades through the tower garden, nourishing the plants. And then in a few weeks, you've got your food. So, I mean, you can't beat the tower garden. So I'm going to turn it over to Carmen Reddick. She has a flex unit. She can unmute herself and she's going to share with you guys because she's at the next stage. So Charlene showed us the stage of planting, how you grow it, and then Carmen is at the stage where she's already put hers in there. Take it away, Carmen.
Tower garden with you. This is my 2nd year of planting. And it's just so easy, it's so simple. And I mean, it's just so beautiful just to see the miracle of something that you planted from seeds and just see, you know, just how amazing it is to watch it grow. And just the calming, just the water, as the water just drips down, it's just such a relaxing and a calming. I come out here and I just meditate and just watch my garden and just listen to the sound that it makes.
Hey, Carmen, you muted yourself. I can't unmute you. Carmen? Okay, there you go.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, I wanted to say I just love my tower garden. This is my 2nd year of actually planting. And the garden that I have now, I planted on April the 18th. So for just about 2 weeks right now. And I just love it because it's just so easy and so simple. I had tried to grow things from the ground previously here in Georgia, and I wasn't very successful. I couldn't even grow tomatoes. And they say anyone can grow tomatoes, so I really wasn't very successful. But with the tower garden, I mean, it's like you said, it's just so easy it's so easy to put together, as well as just how fast things grow. I'm going to try to show you. And then just maybe you can see the little greenery right there.
Yep.
And as Charlie mentioned, the rock wool, you can just kind of see the rock wool just coming right out of the rock wool. And I mean, it's just amazing, you know, just in 2 weeks, just how much they've grown. And it will not be too soon before I will be able to eat from the garden.
Hey, Carmen, can you do me a favor and will you step back a little bit so they can get a whole look at your entire garden?
Sure. Sure, this is what it looks like. And I'm in a lot of sun right now, so I don't know if you can see me clearly. It's very sunny out.
Beautiful, beautiful.
And I just love it. I love the fact of knowing where my food comes from. I love that I know there's no pesticides. I know that my produce hasn't traveled, you know, 3 or 4 states to get to me. I love the fact, as Christine mentioned, how expensive organic, you know, how salad mix are. Like they're more like $6.99, almost $7. And you could just come out here just every, you know, daily and pick out your produce or pick out. I planted kale and several salad mix.
Show us your kale if you can. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, there you go.
Not sure that it's come out.
Yeah, so that's I got some kale that's larger, so I'll show them different stages.
Okay. Okay.
So
But, it's just so amazing that you don't have to do any weeding or any bending, no dirt. I mean, I just recently had surgery and I'm able to, you know, manage my garden. I don't have to worry about it. I mean, I could do it with one hand or one shoulder. People that, you know, may have back injuries, they don't have to worry about that. I mean, it's just amazing just how simple it is just to grow your own food. And knowing that only your hands have been the hands that touched it. So I love mine. I'm excited about it. As they mentioned, it doesn't take much water, and the yield is like 3 times. It's a lot more convenient and a lot more easier than a traditional garden. So I just love mine. Were you able to see enough of the?
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna go to mine now. So I'm gonna show them around each one that you got there.
Okay.
And I'll switch over to my garden now.
Okay.
But go ahead and you can tell them what you have planted inside of yours.
Yes, as I said, I had the lettuce, I had kale, I have cilantro. And actually, I want to get another one. I want to plant some mustard and collard greens myself. I mean, I just love the fact that I don't have to go to the store to get produce. And I love my veggies. I love my greens. I have greens every day. And this is just a convenient way of doing it. Easy to put together. And I actually have the cage, which you can grow tomatoes in. I haven't tried tomatoes yet. I have mine on a dolly that you can move it around to make sure it gets enough sun. But I haven't had any problem. It's been here for the last 2 years.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Carmen. So I'm going to end us out with a garden that has actual, go ahead and mute yourself for me if you don't mind, Carmen.
Sure.
Did you mute yourself? There you go. Okay, so I'm going to end us out with the same kind of garden that Carmen has. There you go. The same kind of garden that Carmen has. And I'm going to flip it around so you guys can see here. Hey, Charlene, can you unmute yourself and just let me know if you can see it?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, thank you guys. Okay, so we've got the Tower Garden Flex here. Same one, except now I've planted this back in January. And go ahead and mute yourself back for me, Christine, please. So we've got this one here and we've got celery. I've been eating on the celery. My husband and I, we've been juicing off of it because it just started. Look how thick that is down there. I mean, the roots are beautiful. And when you cut it, eat it, you could smell it. It tastes like water. I had cauliflower, but it has already bloomed. That's what was there. I actually used all the leaves. We've got collard greens. Look at these leaves on this collard greens. We've got this beautiful lettuce here. I mean, butter crunch lettuce. I only let it get this big because I knew I was doing this event. I usually would have eaten majority of this, and I've been eating off of this since January, and it just keeps growing back. The bok choy is done, but I left it there because I just don't want a hole inside of my thing for bugs to get in. So I still pull off some of these little bok choy leaves. We've got some smaller things. I forgot what I planted there, so I'll label them once I start over. But this is my curly kale. You can grow anything, you guys. I mean, I've got tons of collard greens because I have been eating on these collard greens. We've got broccoli there. The broccoli, I planted too late, actually. I was out of the country for a month, but I still planted it. So I didn't get any broccoli. I've grown broccoli before traditionally in the ground, but they grow in here. But I use the leaves. You can use the leaves off of anything. Here's my other kale. I kind of used this up, so it's still trying to grow back. The mustard greens, I've eaten off of those, and the weather has changed, so it's not really much time to do those. But again, collard greens. I think Christine said she was going to be going collard greens, and this is my arugula. I've got some more kale down here. I planted these probably 2 weeks ago, and that's my curly kale. But I've got a lot of, I've got spinach in there. There we go. Got the thing of spinach right here. Can you guys see that spinach? I've been eating out this spinach and it grows back. But this is your tower garden, and this is your reservoir here. That's where the water is. I don't know, I'm in the sun here, I'm trying to show you guys, but that is the water and the pump down there. Those white things are the roots. These are the actual roots that come down through your tower garden, and your flowers, your plants actually have roots. So you want to trim them. We'll talk about that at another time, but these are the actual roots, and they are getting the water out of the space. So I will cover that back up, but I just stick my water hose, which is here, and if you can see that, I lift it up. There's my pump down there, and the pump just sits in there, and the water is pumped up through there, and I just fill it up. In the summertime, I have to fill it up more, but in the winter, I don't. But this is the tower garden, and I hope you guys enjoyed the presentation.